HuffPost Live Tech Game Changers, powered by Verizon.
Apps are not only here to distract and entertain us, they can also save lives. LifeLine Response is an app designed to instantly notify authorities and family members in event of an attack or abduction. And also, it tracks victims' phones in effort to allow police to respond. Joining me today is Peter Cahill. He is the creator of LifeLine Response, and Jonna Williams, herself a survivor of kidnapping who now works as an advocate for victims. These segments about technology game changers are powered by Verizon. So, Peter, I'd like to go to you first. Tell us about the app. What inspired it?
What inspired us is I had a niece that was an attempted abduction about 3 years ago, and that fostered some of the development efforts that we put forward. And I had a family member touched for 30 years ago at a university that was afflicted by assault.
And when you went about creating the app, what was your hope for it?
The hope was to really create, pardon the pun, but a game changer. We use that word all the time. We believe it's a very accurate description of what we're doing. Since the release in February, we've had 4 assaults prevented that we knew were going to turn out to be either some sort of abduction or an assault.
Wow.
And the most recent one was June 11th. UCLA student and the 911 sheriff, LA County, released the 911 audio, and the police reacted within 58 seconds. And that essentially is a game changer to my best knowledge.
Now, I know we have the audio of that 911 call. I do want to listen to it here just to hear exactly how this works with your app and with the call. Let's give a listen.
911 emergency, operative 718. How may I help you?
Hello, this is Michael Kerner on behalf of LifeLine Response, which is a mobile security application triggered by the user via their mobile phone. We received a distress alert from our client indicating that he is in immediate danger and needs assistance. I did not speak with the customer. Their location, approximate event address is 11056 Stratmore Drive, and that's spelled STRATHMORE.
Okay. And
That's
I'm sorry,
Los Angeles.
what's the alarm company that you're calling from?
LifeLine Response.
LifeLine. Okay. Do you need a paramedic to respond?
All I know is that when we call them, if they don't answer twice, we are to call 911. In this instance, they did not call with their code. We could not get in contact with them, so we are to call 911 for this program.
Okay. Let me connect the paramedic for a moment.
Okay, thank you.
Wow. Now, Jonna, hearing that, you were abducted when you were 13 years old. What can you tell us about the experience?
That experience changed my life irrevocably. It touched every part of my life, and it was preventable. It was 18 years ago, so it wasn't preventable necessarily at the time, but if I had that application, if I had a smartphone at that time, I would have been able to get help quite a bit faster.
And how much are you working with Peter on LifeLine?
I'm a non-paid advocate. I do a lot of advocacy kind of on the side on my own time. I'm a social worker by trade, so I try and work with LifeLine as much as I can and reach out to as many people as we can get in touch with to talk about this, because what happened to me is preventable. Thankfully, I survived. Most people don't.
Now, Peter, I imagine using LifeLine, having your phone handy with the app there, isn't always the first thing that is in one's hands when someone is in complete danger of being abducted or in one's life. And I imagine also an abductor surely wouldn't want a person having a means of communication handy for that person. So hearing from your customers, from those who use your app, from those who've really been saved by your app, what are their stories? How are they able to actually access the app in a time of dire need?
It's a great question. I appreciate that. The application is built off the theory of a natural response. You don't have to do anything. The whole response system is based on kind of empowering somebody. So if somebody's going to leave the movie theater late at night, they feel a little bit unsafe walking to the car, they just initiate the application. They hold their thumb on the application, and when there's a break between the screen and the finger, within a tenth of a millisecond, we have your information. So the natural response to somebody attacking somebody is you're going to lose that grip over the phone, right? Your finger is going to come right off that phone. And that's exactly what's supposed to happen. And the natural response system kicks in, and then it notifies our call centers and all the friends and family and gives them a GPS location and connects friends and family into the closest 911 to where the person was attacked. So it's having the moxie to be able to develop this and to actually put it in place. And that's exactly what we did. We wanted to make sure that this wasn't just a panic button. This isn't just, oh, I'm feeling a little bit nervous, I'm going to press the button. This is if you're literally attacked, the system is going to go offline. It's going to go out to their call center. It's going to respond. If the attacker breaks the phone, which we're expecting him to do, we at least have all your information. We have everything that we need to go after you within a tenth of a millisecond.
Now, you've already said that the app has... Oh, please, go, Jonna. Oh, no, I think I just heard myself talking through your speakers. I apologize. So I have a question from one of the members of Verizon communities. Verizon asked if they have a question for you over Twitter. Here's one from Rich McConnell. What do you do if someone accidentally signals for help? Hashtag tech game changers. Because you mentioned 4 people have effectively had themselves saved through your app. But yeah, what happens? Is it possible for someone to accidentally signal?
It's very challenging to do that. We built in several redundancies, and one of the redundancies is our call center. And we built in algorithms which, let's just say you drop the phone and you can't get to it by the time that the application basically reaches our call center, the call center tries to call you back. If they call you back and you don't respond, they call the police. They call the police and dispatch 911 emergency services regardless of the situation. The only way not to have 911 show up is to give them the correct code when they call you back.
Now, Jonna, you are, I hear, a new mom, and a very new mom, right?
Yeah, 3 weeks old.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
So not only having your own past experience at 13, but now having a new child, how much does a service like this, a possibility to help people out, would have helped you out, potentially might help out children like your young child now. How much does this really make you feel like there's something out there for you?
I was not prepared for how I was going to feel when I took my daughter out of the house for the first time, when I took her on a walk around the block, when I took her into the grocery store, across the parking lot. I was not prepared to have such a heightened level of concern for my safety and for her safety. Having an application like this makes me feel a million times better, more safe. My family can be in touch if something happens. But yeah, being a new mom gives you a whole new perspective because somebody can just grab my baby, and what happens then?
Wow. Well, I want, Peter, for you to walk us through just step by step. We have some step by step graphics here. We can go along with what you're telling us. How actually it works. So give us a tutorial here. And we have you muted. I think we can unmute you, or you can unmute yourself. Upper left-hand corner, I see that there, so that I'm no longer hearing myself talk to you through an echo.
There we go.
There we go. Thank you. Yeah. So show us how it works step by step.
Sure. So you go ahead. The application resides on the home screen.
We have a picture here for us. We can see it on the screen.
Oh, okay. So this is actually after an alert already went off. So that specific system, what you're showing on live, I'm having a tough time seeing it.
Okay.
Seeing the Huffington Post.
Yeah. But that was instructions of what happens when we need to make a call.
A quick demonstration, I think, would be probably the most effective. So what happens is you go ahead and launch the application, and you hold your finger down. So I'm going to try to show that the best I can.
Yeah, it looks good. I can see it. I think everyone can see it here.
And what happens now? Tell me what happens. My hand's gonna. If I'm attacked, my hand's gonna fall off. Okay. Now a countdown begins. If you do not enter that if you don't enter your disarm code, a sequence of events takes place. Alarm goes off, flashing. Now, if I don't enter that disarm code by 0, everybody is notified, and so is our call center, which you can see in real time.
This is Emma from LifeLine Response. We have received your emergency distress alert. I have notified the local police of the situation.
Now, the attacker's hearing all this, and what do you think he's going to do when he hears this? If the police are en route?
I imagine he'll run.
p.m. The police
It's
are
preventive.
en route.
It's a preventative
We will
tool and it's
continue
first
to
of its
monitor
kind.
and remotely
So
track the
now my
situation
call
as
center is
it
going to
progresses.
call me in about
We have
3
contacted all
seconds.
designated
And what happens
hotlines
simultaneously
and
to
are
this
currently providing
is that
real-time
all your
status
friends
of
and
the
family are
police
notified,
and your lifeline.
and they're connected
This is Emma
instantaneously
from
to
LifeLine
911.
Response.
And the question I get all the time is, well, why do you want to contact friends and family? Because an average of, now I'm going to let you guys listen into this. Hello, this is Peter.
Hello, this is Michael Kerner with LifeLine Response. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
I'm glad to hear that. I do need you to provide the disarm code to me at this time.
3696.
Your disarm code is confirmed. Thank you for choosing LifeLine Response and have a good day.
Thank you.
Wow.
Essentially what happens is they know that it's not a real emergency anymore. I've provided my correct code. And the question I get all the time is, well, why do you want to have 7 people know that you're in danger at a specific time? Well, take the theory of when you see an accident outside of LA or inside of New York or Washington and you're driving on the freeway, that accident, as minor as it gets between 75 and 90 phone calls. And we think between 3 to 7 phone calls to 911, closest to where the person's been attacked, is going to effectuate emergency responses. I mean, just look what's happening inside of Detroit. 58 minutes for an average response time for 911. We're not going to leave it up to law enforcement alone. We're going to utilize our friends and family as well.
Well, hey, Peter, Jonna, I want to thank you both for joining us. It's really, really interesting app. And if you guys out there are watching, if you have a game-changing idea of your own, Verizon's awarding $10 million in prizes for new ideas in healthcare, education, and sustainability. You can enter the challenge at powerfulanswersaward.com. Check out the info in our resource well right below.